aming speaker ay isang Certified Public Accountant Licensure Examination passer noong 2019. Life Office Management Association 281 Examination passer sa Life Management Institute noong 2021. Doon po sa Commission on Audit Head Office noong 2015-16. Under po siya ng Manulife Business Processing Services. Assigned po siya as a financial analyst for the Asia Finance Controllers Shared Service Center. Saan ba nakalagay rin? Sa Hong Kong Business Unit 2020 to 2021. Isa rin po siyang finance specialist for the Asia Finance Controllers Shared Service Center. Doon rin po sa Hong Kong Business Unit 2021 to 2022 at sa Malaysia Business Unit 2022 to present.
Siya po ay graduate as valedictorian from the Linguist College noong 2009 at valedictorian ulit ng NEU Pampanga branch noong 2013 naman. Siya po ay naging editor-in-chief ng Iran Times, ang official school publication po ng paaralan. At siya rin ay graduate ng cum laude from the university, none other than the University of the Philippines, Diliman Campus noong 2019. At siya rin po ay volunteer lecturer for college entrance exam reviews, famously known or more popularly known as the SEER, held annually from 2016 to 2019 by the Christian Brotherhood International of the University of the Philippines, Diliman Chapter. Siya rin po ay naging chairperson ng Secretariat and Membership Committee noong 2016 to 2017 at naging Vice President of the Internal Affairs from 2017 to 2019. At siya rin ay kasalukuyang instructor dito po sa NEU College of Accountants. Ako, bigating po ang ating speaker. Let us all welcome
Sister Manel Angeline Soriano.
Palakpakan ko na.
Thank you po for that warm introduction. Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see all of you face to face. So previously, I also did a seminar with the APM program, but online. So masaya po ako na makita kayo ngayon ng personal. Salamat po sa ating mga organizer na pagbibigay sa akin ng pagkakataon na makapagbahagi ng kaalaman. And ayan, sana po meron pong matutunan yung ating mga students today. So today we'll talk about corporate or business etiquette. Next slide, please. So we'll talk about the definition, importance, history, and some application in real-life scenarios. I'll give some examples later on. Next slide. So let's define corporate etiquette. It is a set of rules one must follow in the workplace, and these are the manners accepted or required in a profession. So I want to emphasize that when you see the word rules, sometimes what people think is if you don't follow the rules, you'll be punished. But for corporate etiquette, the word rules does not necessarily mean na pag hindi mo ito nasunod, matatanggal ka na sa trabaho. Rather, this can be set of norms that are widely accepted across professions. So, hindi naman matatanggal ka na sa trabaho, but it makes your work life easier. Corporate also does not equate being employed, working from 8 in the morning up to 5 in the afternoon, or working 9 hours in the evening, night shift. But it can also mean when you're doing business on your own. Or corporate etiquette can simply mean how you carry yourself. So some of us, yung course natin, hindi naman tayo kailangan na magtrabaho sa isang kumpanya. Pwede yung course natin is tayo, may mga pwede tayo magtrata, on a contract basis. So, baka may mga students dito na ang course is more on the art, literature. So, hindi kailangan na employed sa company para ma-apply natin yung mga i-discuss natin. Sige po, next slide po. And why is it important? Why do we need to talk about corporate etiquette? First, nanlagay ko dyan is company culture. Because when there's a good etiquette among the employees, it creates a positive environment in the company. On a wider scale, having a good set of etiquette followed in the workplace, it improves the company culture. So every company has a set of values that they follow. Every company, when join a firm or a company, they have this set of values that they want their employees to embody. So kadalasan yung mga company values parang nakalagay pa sa big ng office, diba? Ayan, kapag nasa office or minsan nasa mga IDs, yan, sa mismong ID. So naturally, the day-to-day activities of employees are heavily influenced by the values that are promoted by the company. But it can also be vice versa. Kapag yung body of employees, they practice a certain norm or they accept a certain norm among themselves, then sometimes yung company, yung management na yung nag-a-adjust. They improve on the values that they embody kung ano yung mas bumabagay doon sa current na ina-uphold ng mga current na employees. Yeah. So, if the employees are more accepting of certain practices, then sometimes management also decides to align the company values if it will make them better. So, number 2 is employee engagement. So, good corporate etiquette also boosts the morale of employees. Of course, employees are more motivated to work or to come to work if you're working with people who treat you with respect, who treat you professionally, and also if you are being treated fairly in the workplace. And this overall sets a good tone for mood for work. And so, pangatlo, it helps create better professional relationships and help build long-term networks. So, your etiquette will also dictate who will be in your circle in the workplace. Kasi syempre, if you have bad working habits, if you have bad etiquette, you can't attract people who have good etiquette. Of course, those who have good professional etiquette, they will want to be with people who have the same manners as them. So, if you have good etiquette, you create better relationships and thereby you improve and expand your professional network. Sometimes, we work with people and then kapag mabuti yung pinapakita natin, kapag nakikita tayo or nakikipagtrabaho tayo sa mga tao, kahit na isang project lang yan, kahit na isang oras mo lang siya nakasalubong kahit saglit mo lang siya nakausap, kapag ka naging maganda yung image na naipakita mo, pagka may nakausap yan, tapos tinanong, kilala mo ba si ganito? Kilala mo ba si ganito? They will put a good word for you. So, somehow, it becomes good publicity through word of mouth. And you can only imagine the adverse effect of the opposite. Kapag ka nagtaray ka sa isa mong ka-opisina or nagsulit ka kasi hindi mo kilala yung tao, tapos may nagtanong sa kanya, di ba? So, lalo na kapag by referral, yung work na ginagawa natin. So, kapag ganun ang hirap, kapag nagka-problema ka sa isang client, kasi you treat them with proper respect, maganda yung makikita mo. So, walang magandang feedback na nakukuha. And eventually, hindi ka na nagkakaroon ng bagong clients. You don't expand your network. And lastly, it also leaders to improve communication and fosters an open communication among others. So, having good etiquette will also help you look welcoming to others and it may make others feel that you are trustworthy. Diba? Kapag maayos ka kasi kausap, how this person works with integrity. This person talks with respect. So dahil doon, mas nag-open up sa'yo yung mga tao. And become more open. Sige po, next slide po. And so, paano ba na-develop yung corporate? So at the start, it originated from France. It's a set of written rules for social interaction. So before talagang malinaw, di ba? Kung ano yung katanggap-tanggap, ano yung hindi. So this is popular among royalties or those na nasa upper classes of the society. And then later on, it became rules of civility aimed at establishing certain rules in the society. And nowadays, they are unwritten set of social conventions. So again, ngayon sa panahon natin, parang rules na lang siya. Norms na lang siya. Hindi na kailangan na nakasulat. But we still follow and we adapt para mas maging katanggap-tanggap tayo. And mas ma-present natin na mas maganda yung image natin. So again, there's no punishment if you don't follow such norms, but this will somehow help you reap the benefits mentioned. Sige po, next. So, syempre, kahit anong pag-define pa sa kahit anong pag-define pa sa corporate etiquette, kung hindi natin alam kung paano siya na-apply So, wala rin tayo mapupulot. So, let's go to applications. Sige po, next. First is when it comes to email. Yan, sa panahon natin, di ba? Lalo na nung nagkaroon ng pandemic, most interactions became online. So, kahit na nakamiti ka naman nung pinatype mo yung email, dahil masungit ng words mo, pagdating dun sa kausap mo, akala niya, galit ka. Pero yun sa hindi ka naman galit, makikisuyo pa lang naman sa kailangan. And so first is your subject line. Dun pa lang sa subject, it must be clear and professional. Don't use your work email for personal stuff. Ito naman yung mixing your work and personal stuff. Kapag nasa corporate or nasa company, sometimes it's a written rule. Most of the times, it's a written rule. Now, you can't use your corporate email for your personal business, personal stuff. And mahirap din na pagsasabahin mo yung personal buhay at yung trabaho. Because they're separate things. And if you start to mix them, nasa bahay ka na, hinahabol ka pa ng trabaho. Hindi ka na nagkakaroon ng trabaho. So, na-blur yung boundaries. So, aside from mas magandang mag-project yung sarili mo, mag-separate yung personal and business side, for your own good din siya, for your own mental health, for your own personal space. So, for your understanding, sometimes there are types of work na ang dami mong email talaga ng receive. For me, I tend to receive siguro in a day mga 200 to 300 emails. Of course, I don't want to read all of those emails from start to end. What I will do is I will prioritize which email looks important. And how do I define what looks important? I look at the subject. So, nung nagtuturo na ako sa Lira, I always tell my students if we have online submissions na you make it clear to me anong section kayo. Diba? Sinong group yung nagpapasa? Ano yung pinapasa niyo? Quiz ba yan? Exercise ba yan? Kasi otherwise, ang hirap. Nag-check ako ng quizzes, tapos akala ko hindi nagpasa yung group. Yun pala, iba kasi yung subject na ginamit. So even the subject, it must be clear and professional. And then, if you want your email to be addressed right away, use the words important. Kaya, sometimes I see it as an INT or urgent. And so, if you will use Microsoft Outlook, hindi ako masyadong familiar sa email, pero sa Microsoft Outlook, you can also set tags sa email if they are highly important or if they are urgent. So, parang naka-flag siya sa sinesend. Second is your signature block. So, hindi pwede na yung nickname mo lang sa bahay, yung gagamitin mo, hindi ka makikilala. For some people like no, kapag mahaba yung pangalan nila, lalagay sila ng nickname. Pero, nandun pa rin yung full name sa signature. If you put your title or your position, your company, if there's a company that you work for, sometimes it's okay to put your contact number if your contact detail is something na work-related naman. So, sometimes kasi company nag-issue ng phone, employee. So, yun, pwede natin gamitin. Some people I know, they put their working hours. So, this is important if you work in a company that's on a global scale. So, for me, I work, my handle, ang hawak ko is Asian territories. But there are times I have to talk to people who are in Canada or in the US. It's a different time zone. So, I'll send an email in the morning and probably see it in the evening. And what if they expect me to do that? So, that's what your working hours for them to know. Pag nag-reply sila, ay, hindi ako nasagot agad. Kasi off-work na ako. Don't expect me to answer if I'm outside of my shift. Because that's my personal time. That's not my working time. Using reply all. Ito rin. Common mistake siya na nakikita ko kapag mga bago sa workplace kapag hindi na sabihin natin. So, nagre-reply all. So, be careful. Titignan natin mabuti. Sino na ba yung mga nandun sa thread ng email? And kailangan ba talaga nilang makita yung sinesend natin? So, data privacy is a huge concern now for companies and they really have a clear set of rules. So, it's not simply etiquette na kapag nakapag-send ka sa ganitong tao that, meron na siyang, ngayon, repercussions for most companies. Kasi most of our interactions are done online. So, dati, kung makalumang panahon, na nag-internship ako, yun, sa COA, kasi government. So, kadalasan, mga papers, piniprint. So, kapag ganun, kapag confidential yung piniprint natin, kailangan lang isi-secure mo sa vault or sa lock ng cabinet. Ngayon, dahil online, ayun, kailangan yung email, check mo sino na yung nakaka-receive. Diba? Same way na you don't just send stuff, parcels sa kung kanino na lang. Diba? So, ganun din, kapag online sa emails, dapat i-review natin kanino mo ba siya sinasend. So, hindi, kailangan kasi yung iba may na-add, yung person na nag-email bago ikaw, may na-add doon na mali pala, ikaw hindi na dinobot siya. Kasi nandun yan sa previous email. So, minsan yung ibang kamali, hindi nila tinatanggap yun na dahilan kung bakit ka nagkamali ng. Ayan, and of course, use formal language, use professional terms, and be polite. Ako, when nung bago ako nag-work, I took a training on business English and business writing. Kasi I remember I have a hard time. So, nung student ako, hindi ako nagkakaproblema kahit gano'ng kahabang essay kahit isulat yan. Pero nung nag-work na ako, may times na parang gusto ko replyan ako sa email pero hindi ako pinapansin. I don't know if it's because I'm new to the workplace, kaya gano'n. Pero doon ko natutunan na there are times when you have to use an active voice or a passive voice in your email. So, an active voice is like, I attached this file. And it's a passive if the file is attached. So, magkaiba ng atake yun. Ang ginagawa ko ngayon, kapag I want the recipient to do something, I use an active voice. So, pinapakita ko na, ito na yung nagawa ng team ko sa part namin. Ito yung hinihingi ko ngayon. So, then the person, nakikita, nang nakakaisip na email, nakikita nyo ngayon na, okay, ito na yung ginawa nila on their end. Let me do what is needed from me. Rather than, kapag kasi passive tayo, activity pag binasa dito, passive lang siya. Okay. Ang tip naman na binigay sa akin ng naging boss ko sa Singapore before is you read the email at least 3 times before sending it. I guess if it's a very important email, like you have the time, you read it before sending it at least 3 times and you put yourself on the perspective of the recipient. Kapag na-receive mo yung email, anong nararamdaman? Feel mo ba na important? Yeah. And then, walang masama kung gagamit tayo ng words. Please, kindly, please help on this. Even if trabaho naman yan ng tao, it goes a long way if you use those words. Mas magaan. And mas masaya kapag magaan kang katrabaho. Mas gusto nila na nakakatrabaho. Sige po, next slide po. And so, syempre, hindi lang naman tayo about emails. Meron pa din personal interaction. Especially now, kasi nagpa-back to office na yung mga companies. Yun. So, privacy. Do not overstep one's personal space, workstation, or cubicle. During break times, ensure that there is a level of professionalism when speaking to colleagues. And when making jokes, do not make fun of colleagues and avoid making inappropriate comments. My tip for you for personal interactions is to always remember where you are. Even if it's an online meeting, it's still in the boundaries of the work. So, ito naman kahit naman nasa school tayo, we can keep things professional. Avoid talking about personal stuff when you are at your workstation, lalo na kapag nagtatrabaho. And always be alert not to offend anyone. Be mindful of your audience at all times. Hindi excuse na I was tired, I was stressed, I was thinking a lot about other things, and that's a pass for me to be rude to someone else. Hindi pa ito. Kung napapansin mo at times na pagka na-overwhelm ka, nagiging masungit ka, then avoid talking to other people on those moments. Maybe. Ako, kapag feeling ko, parang bad mood ako sa araw na to, ginagawa ko, hindi mo na ako masyadong nagsasalita. kesa makapagsulong ako na. And it's, talaga, kailangan mindful ka na hindi ka or hindi ka kasi yun lang, simple, may nag-approach sa'yo, tapos yung mukha mo, mukhang hindi ka makausap. Baka may kailangan sa yung tao, tapos hindi mo, ikaw pala yung makakatulog sa kanya, pero nahiya siya lumapit sa'yo. And do not overstep one's personal workstation. So there are companies na naka-divide pa rin workstation. Nowadays, meron din companies na collaboration yung gusto nilang team or yun yung mas gusto nilang ma-embody sa employees nila. So kapag ganun yung company, mas open, mas okay. Pero meron pa rin traditional companies na talagang harap kayo. Tapos yung boss niya nasa loob ng office na sarado. Meron pa rin ganun company. So, you find a workplace that's good for you. Or find a workplace na gusto mo yung kung ano yung meron silang practices here and ano yung gusto mo. Okay. Next slide. Ayan. Personal branding. Very decent and proper attire. Very basic, but I guess some people tend to forget nowadays. Women ngayon, pag lumalabas madalas, crop top, shorts. So, most companies naman hindi pa rin pinapayagan yun. Pero mga lalaki, naka-polo, tapos naka-chino shorts, diba? So, sa labas, siguro, I guess that's okay for some. Pero, generally, it's not allowed. It's a written rule in most companies na hindi pwede. So, even tattered jeans are not allowed. Slippers, mga open na shoes, bawal. So, ako naman, take away ko dyan sa pagdadamit is, first you dress to impress, and the first impression always lasts. So, when you go to the office or when you meet your clients, hindi ka sure, baka may ma-meet ka na tao. Sobrang importante pala. Pumasok ka, akala mo yung team mo lang minalo, tapos ngayon, dumadating pala yung presidente ng kumpanya, tapos nasuot mo, alam mo yun, di angkop. So, you dress in a way na kahit sino ma-meet mo, kaya mo, hindi niya maa-affect yung image na may iwan ng tao or yung impression. But still, of course, wear something that's comfortable for you. For women, I guess, don't wear high heels if at the end of the day, matanggalin na lang yung sapatos mo, hindi pa tapos yung shift mo. Diba? Mahirap naman yun. And then also for women, some prefer wearing makeup, some don't. So, as long as you're presentable, then that's fine. Ayan, so again, some companies I see, sa amin kasi sa mahigpit sa clothing. Hindi talaga pwede naka-shorts. But some companies nowadays, yung medyo mas mga liberal na companies, ayun, di allow. Skirts na babae, pwede na mag-crop na. Pero yun na, kasi kapag ako, kahit na ganun yung pinapayagan, pwede ka namang hindi magsuot ng ganun. If you feel like the people would look at you, look more on your clothes than what you're saying, that's not what you're like. Diba? Hindi mo gusto na ang nakikita ng tao sa'yo is yan lang kung ano yung suot mo. Diba? Mas gusto mo pinapakinggan ano ba yung sinasabi mo, ano ba yung iniisip mo. Mas dun sana nag-focus yung tao. So, huwag kang magsusuot ng damit that's not, parang may opportunity ka tao to practice. Yan, isa pa. Stay away from gossip. Do not talk about personal stuff in our workstation. Be wary of the way you treat every employee, not just your teammates. Pagdoktorin ko na yan. So, ang isang sakit kapag nasa workplace, especially kapag nasa companies, is na dadala na ng workplace culture. And in every office, kahit temporary companies or yung mga makatapos companies, palaging merong machismis na employee. Palaging merong wala ibang ginawa kung hindi pag-usapan ng buhay ng iba. And it's very rude. So, huwag tayong makisali sa ganun. Don't, and kapag meron kayo napapansin sa isang tao, sige, bawal naman personal na buhay yung pinag-uusapan, trabaho, pero pinag-uusapan mo katrabaho na mali yung ginagawa or mabagal magtrabaho. Kapag ganun, hindi mo dapat i-chismis yun or hindi ka dapat magpag-chismisan sa kating mo. Kasi walang maaayos yun eh. Diba? Kung talagang mahal mo yung katrabaho mo, pwede mo siyang i-approach kung comfortable ka. Baka kaya siya mabagal kasi kailangan na pa ng tulong, may kailangan pa siyang matutunan. Eh, ikaw pala, may tipag-tipis ka naman para turuan siya. Diba? O kaya, kung hindi siya, edi sa leader na. Pero, huwag kang makikisali sa negative na culture na meron. Ayun. And, ayun, isa pa, be prepared when attending meetings or seminars. So, sa workplace, hindi po feeling mo, mag-training lang kami, hindi naman siguro ako magsasalita dito. So, punta ka dito sa attend ka ng meeting, attend ka ng training lang, unprepared. So, always mo isipin, kahit ano lang yung normal na practice kayo, kahit usual nilang na introduction. Diba? Pagka nag-meet ka lang na meeting ka na, tapos sasabihin, dahil hindi na tayo magkakilala dito, let's introduce ourselves. So, be prepared. Huwag yung doon ka pala mag-isip, ano bang fun fact about me? Ano bang magandang trivia about me? Nandun na. Tapos lahat sila may trivia. Ikaw, wala kang something unique about yourself. So, yung mga ganun, pwede mo siyang ma-rehearse eh, di ba? O, graduate ka ng year university ng ganitong taon. It's your first job, ganyan. Kaya pag may work experience ka na, intern ka sa ganito, ganyan. Isipin mo siya ahead of time. Kahit the way lang you introduce yourself. And then, syempre, hindi ka na mapupunta ng meeting na hindi mo alam yung topic. And tayo rin, kapag nasa workplace na kayo, magsaset kayo ng meeting, make sure na pinapaalam niyo sa tao yung agenda. Ano ba yung mga i-discuss? Yan. So in NEU, we promote excellence through Christian values. And when you start working or yan, kapag nag-internship kayo, you will notice that there can be differences. So my tip is to always remember who you are. Yung company, meron siya sariling set of values. Pero tayo, meron din tayong core values na dapat yun yung meron tayo. So, when choosing our workplace, ito nung nag-apply ako ng trabaho, hindi naman ako sa isang company na nag-apply. And then, usually, towards the end of interviews, siguro, halos lahat ng na-apply ko, they would ask, do you have any questions? So, I always ask, what's the company culture like? Tapos, look at what values the company and what. So, kadalasan, yung culture nagdedepende siya kung bata or matanda na yung workforce. Pumunta ka dun sa company na hindi na, yung values nila, they don't go against your own core values. Kasi, madalang, siguro if you're a very impactful person, kahit na mag-isa ka lang, na may ganyang core value, kaya mong i-influence yung company. Pero madalang yun. Hindi madalas na nangyari. Kung ano yung values ng company yun yung nakukuha ng employee. So, sa pagpili pa lang ng lugar na pagtatrabahuhan, sa pagpili pa lang ng mga taong makakasalamuhan ninyo, piliin nyo na agad para somehow nalilimit yung exposure natin to the negative or the bad stuff. Ayun. Always remember your good manners and also you choose wisely who you surround yourself with. So, kagaya nung nasabi ko kanina, hindi naman, hindi yung tao may magandang etiquette, hindi siya makikisama sa tao may bad etiquette. So, kapag nagdudwell ka sa pakikipag-chismisan during break time, hindi mo makakasama yung mga tao na I guess mas educated yung mga pinag-uusapan nila. Mapapasama ka lagi doon yung mga tao na nagchichismisan lang during break time. So, ilayo mo yung sarili mo, be mindful. So, always know who you are. Kapag meron ka naman kasing core values, then matagal bago ka ma-influence. Nung nag-join ako sa current company sa Manilife, nag-join ako din kasi my older sister is also working there. Tapos nakikita ka talaga sa kanya kung ano sila yung value ng teamwork, ganyan. So, ganun, pag namili tayo ng company na kung ano yung mga values na gusto nyong i-embody. Yun din yung, a-apply na purpose. Ayun, I guess that's my last slide. Ayun. So, thank you everyone.